Welcome back to Elle the Law Student. In this video I'll be giving you some tips and tricks and just general information about the Lnat, which is the Law National Aptitude Test. Today's video is going to be all about the Lnat, so it's going to be the first of 3 videos. This one's just about a general overview explaining what it is and whether you need to do it or not. So the reason that I've decided to put this video up now is because it gives you a little bit of time to figure out all of those things and to see if you actually do need to book in a test date. The way that you book in your test date is on the Lnat website, which I'm sure I'll pop in the description box below. It's used for 9 UK universities, I think, and 2 non-UK universities, and one of the universities that uses the Lnat is the University of Oxford. So the first thing to do if you want to be applying for an undergraduate law course is to look at the universities that you're thinking of applying to and seeing whether they need the Lnat or not. I would say that if you are applying to study law, then generally you will need to sit it. So say if you're applying to 5 universities, even if one of them needs the Lnat, then you still need to do it, even if you're not sure if you will actually pick that as your first choice. So in terms of general preparation, the biggest thing I would say is making sure that you're reading a really good quality broadsheet newspaper at least once a week between now and your Lnat. I would say first of all just read it to keep up with the news, current affairs, that sort of thing. I would say especially if you don't live in the UK, things like the NHS, and just kind of British things could potentially pop up. I'm not saying that they will, but sort of some of the past examples of essay questions have been about NHS funding and that sort of thing, so you don't need loads of knowledge about it, but just a general awareness about what these things are. As I said, the Lnat requires no previous knowledge. And in addition to that, I would also be reading the comment sections, as in the opinion articles that are written by the journalists. These can be really, really important for helping you to prepare for the essay section, which is something I'll go into in another video. But yeah, it can be really, really helpful. You can book your Lnat test from the 1st of August, and then testing starts on the 1st of September, but it's up to you when you do your test. So the first thing I would recommend, however, is just make sure that you get on the Lnat website and book your test as soon as possible, because you don't want to have left it too late and all the slots have run out. So you need to have sat your Lnat by the 20th of October if you want to apply for Oxbridge. So if you're applying for Oxford, then there's an early application UCAS deadline, which is the 15th of October. So you have a 5-day period to have sat that in following that, but you can do it before. And for every other university pretty much, you need to have sat it by the 20th of January, which is 5 days after the UCAS deadline, which is the 15th of January. So the Lnat in general, you'll sit it at a computer at a Pearson test centre generally. The total test is 2 hours 15 minutes total, which sounds like a long time, but it's really, really not. And it's split into 2 sections. I'll do a video on each section, but I'll just give you a quick overview now. So section A is a multiple choice section. You have 12 passages and 42 questions, so you probably have about 3 or 4 questions per passage. And it really is just a comprehension. So you have a piece of text, and this piece of text could be absolutely anything. This piece of text could be written last week, it could be written 200 years ago, and it could be on any topic whatsoever. But you do not need any legal knowledge. You have 95 minutes to complete that section, and you have to make sure that you complete section A before you complete section B, because otherwise it won't let you go back and do section A again. So section B is an essay section, and you'll be asked to write an essay of probably like maximum 750 words. I would probably say around 500 words, but you only have 40 minutes to write that essay in, and you'll be given a choice of about, I think, 3 essay questions. So you do find out your results. You find out your results, I think, in February if you have done it before the 20th of October, and if you did it after that point, then you find them out in June. You get your multiple choice result via email. You'll provide an email when you sign up for the Lnat, and you'll just get a number sent through to you. The essay section is marked by the universities individually, so you don't get a mark back for that, but most universities you can request feedback on your essay if you wish. I didn't personally. So finally, I just thought I would run you through my experience with the Lnat. So I sat my Lnat in September 2017, and I sat it in Chesterfield, so that was the nearest Pearson centre to me. If you've done your driving theory test in the UK, it's probably in the same place that you did that. And you just go in. I was in a room on my own. You're given a whiteboard and a pen to make any notes on that you want, and you're just sat at a computer. It's very self-explanatory, but the Lnat website does have a simulator on it, which is really, really useful to get you used to the format. So as I said, it's 2 hours 15 minutes, and then I came out and didn't really think any more about it. It's one of those things that I really think that you don't have any idea how it's gone, because the questions are really quite random, but I'll share that with you in another video. And then I got my results in February, but that was after I'd got my Oxford offer in the January, so I kind of knew that it must have gone okay, I guess. Finally, to finish this all off, I just wanted to give you a word of advice. Do not panic if the scores that you are getting on your practice papers are really quite low. So overall the multiple choice is out of 42. It's sort of kind of the average, I think, to get around the 19 mark, maybe into the 20s. It is really difficult, and you aren't expected to be getting sort of 40 plus, which I think often if you are a high achieving student at school, that can be quite difficult to come to terms with. But yeah, so please don't worry about that if your scores, especially when you're just beginning to practice, are quite low. You don't need to be paying for extra tuition, anything like that. The idea of the Lnat is that you aren't supposed to be able to properly prepare for it, and that you don't need any prior knowledge. So I just thought I would make these videos to give you all a hand, just sort of introduce you to it so it's not quite so intimidating. Thanks for watching this video. I will be making 2 more videos, one going into lots of detail on section A and one going into lots of detail on section B, so hopefully you'll feel super prepared if you are going to go and sit your Lnat, but I hope that this was really useful and gave you a bit of an overview about what on earth it is.